past 30-some years, there's been a tremendous shift towards office workers being more and more engaged with computer workstations. Concurrent with the increase in sedentary work, there's been a rise in the health outcomes associated with sedentary behaviors.
It seems that people who sit for long periods of time simply don't feel quite as good. It is independent of whether somebody is physically active or not. So even if you're that person who is, going to the gym for 30 minutes after work and doing the things that you're supposed to be doing, your risk for those types of diseases still goes up.
And so there's a large amount of effort ongoing in research to understand relationships between sedentary work and these outcomes.
Standing in itself all day is not healthy. Sitting in itself all day is not healthy. And it's likely the movement between the two and movement throughout the space that is the healthiest activity. Simply giving somebody a sit-to-stand station, even if they are standing and sitting throughout the day, is we're not sure if that's protective or not. But for many people, that is how they get their movement throughout the day. Many of us are, tied to our desks, and sit-to-stand workstations are one way that we can get that dynamic movement if we're using them.
We met with our leads and decided that we wanted to implement a program around sit-stand desks, but we wanted to try and control the program because certainly a standing desk isn't meant for everyone. So the way we approached that is that we provided some demo stations where they were allowed to test standing, at various periods throughout the day, and then there's a lot of follow-up and education following.
When it comes to making choices about what sort of furniture you implement into your design, highly recommend that you have access and use the resources that are available to you in your local communities, such as all of the local furniture vendors. They do have demos of products that you can request to bring out, to have a panel of employees sit test items. You can also have videos that you can help train your employees on of how to use the equipment that you've put into place.
There's kind of two reasons I look at it as the reason this facility was renovated. There was both a movement towards the open environment across all Pearson facilities, so it was a global initiative. As those facilities were either brought up because they're new facilities that are part of the Pearson facility portfolio, or if they were under renovation, they use this open, kind of open environment, open workspace platform to build around. So Iowa City was lined up as one of Pearson's owned facilities to be going through that renovation.
Our employees, we believe, feel better working in the environment that we have redesigned for them. Previously, we had tall panels, workstations, and we had private offices. Now, we don't have any of that. We've taken all the offices away and created a lower setting of workstations. People have a perception that it's this sea of workstations and you can see from one end of the building to the other. And it's actually very much the opposite. It's more about creating neighborhoods. So that's where it comes to getting up and walking around. You walk to get your coffee, you walk to have a restroom break, you walk to the printer.
Whatever we can do to design these solutions in a way that's going to maximize accommodation for the worker is going to probably have more benefit than relying on the worker to change his or her behavior in response to some problem he or she may be having. So we want to do things as effectively as we can at the design stage to try and head off some of these issues before they start.